Octavius, this is as much for your benefit as everybody else's, because I'm trying to start this membership thing, and it's going to take several years because it's going to go right on through your year as governor too.
It's going to peak in my year.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine by me. I like the way you think.
The power of positive thinking.
That's exactly right.
So I've been working for a number of years now on membership, and my 3-year term runs out with Spencer's year, but he's agreed to step into the district membership chair if you and Lewis will have him to continue the struggle, so to speak.
So you and Lewis can talk about it. If you'd rather have somebody else, that's okay too. You won't hurt my feelings.
Are you referring to me?
Yes.
No, me and Louie will gladly, look, not Lewis, but me and Louie, that's a given. That's an automatic.
Okay. You got one position filled.
Look.
One less you got to worry about.
Only 30 to go.
Oh, thanks for the encouragement. I can count on you.
It's amazing when you get down to it, how many positions you have to fill.
Yeah, it really is. And your AGs are the most important.
Yeah.
And I'd be starting to work on people you really trust that you know will work for you hard as your AGs. I picked up a few that I asked to stay on, and I've got some new ones, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I can appreciate that statement in more than one way. So thank you for sharing.
Sure. And look, Stan has been a huge help to me, and anything I can do to make you and Louie's year easy, I'm all for it.
Well,
goal, smooth transition.
That's right.
Well, what you got? 2 weeks before the big day?
That's it. Are you coming to my induction? Didn't you get an invitation?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't miss that for nothing. I'm going to be front and center and say, you the man, you the man.
Well, you need to go ahead and register, so I got you on the list.
Yeah, I do need to do that.
Take pictures so you'll know how to do it.
Take pictures and notes.
You got it.
Now, seriously, we're in closed session, right smack in the middle of a city council meeting. So I will be going back and forth. So just know that that's happening right now. It's budget time, so there's some real serious stuff going on.
Well, Stan's probably going to record this whole thing, so
excellent.
He'll send you a link. You can go back and catch up if you need it anytime.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thanks, Stan.
Oh. I try to record them all and get them up. We started, somebody else was doing our club meetings, and then he actually fell and broke his back.
Gosh.
So, I had to take that over.
Broke his back.
Yeah, he actually broke C1, the top vertebrae, which is, he was lucky it was that, because that's the only thing that carries there is his head. So.
Oh gosh.
But he's doing better. He's up and walking around. Lewis, how you doing, man? Wow, we got the powerhouse here now. This is cool.
Lewis, I was just telling Octavius that all this membership stuff, it's a multi-year plan. At the end of my term, if you and Octavius will have me, I'm going to be the district membership chair. I'm going to be taking Stan's place. So all this is to try and keep this momentum going to grow membership.
Hey, Lewis, and he asked me if that was a problem. I said, oh, no. Not with me and Louie.
Yeah.
I just hope you can do a better job than Stan. That's a joke, Stan. That's a joke.
Hey, your folks get their house done?
They have officially moved in.
Yeah.
Dad did spent last week a couple of nights with me, but then over the weekend they are now there. I now have my house back to myself.
Oh, I bet you enjoy that. Although
Yeah.
you probably miss them a little too.
Yeah, well, I mean they're next door, so in fact I'm going over for dinner tonight later. So
All right. Well, tell me, have they said anything about your international conference? Are they still going to hold that down in Orlando?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I think it's wait and see, but I don't know for sure. But nothing's been sent directly to me about it.
Yep. Well, keep me posted if you will, please, because I have to have a Council of Governors luncheon for your return from that.
All right, I will keep you abreast.
Hello, Tony.
Big deal for Rotarians. Rotary for Rotarians. So most people don't.
How you doing?
Doing well. I hope you are.
Good.
Background.
Yeah, nice background. Looks much better than mine.
That's the sunrise on the news.
That's nice.
About being a Rotarian. Hey, I'm not recruiting. I'm just you world-class meathead.
Yeah, we'll have to mute Octavius. He keeps talking in his office there. You know.
Yeah, well, I got one of my bosses in my office.
Yeah, you got to talk to them.
But he's a department head, one of the big cheeses.
Okay. Hey, Dale. Hey, Ed. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. Glad to see you.
Glad to be here.
How are things in Oriental?
Today's a nice wet day, but otherwise we're doing fine.
This is our first meeting tonight. We've got a meeting. Our meeting starts at 6 o'clock.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, we'll try to be prompt. Hey, Frank.
Hello, Frank. Hello, Russ.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey there.
Come to think of it, it's all, oh no, there's going to be at least one lady, right?
Melanie. Sarah's not going to be able to make it, apparently.
Okay.
And then we should have another one from, hey, Tim.
Hey,
Good to see you, buddy.
good to see you, man. Hey, guys.
Hey Tim, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Tim.
How are you doing,
everybody.
Octavius?
Hey.
I'm
You still got
good.
your tie on, so you must be going into work.
Oh, he's at work.
He's at.
I'm at work.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank you for paying into my Social Security.
He's at
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one, Frank.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're expecting Melanie, and I think we should have an advocate from Dale's area, too.
Yes. All right, Judy
Russ?
and Mike Goodwin.
Hey Frank.
It'll give us a few more minutes for some of the latecomers, if you all don't mind.
Not at all. What's new in Windsor?
Wet.
Wet. Yeah, wet everywhere. Isn't it?
Went everywhere.
Wet in the future.
Wet and cold, actually. Kind of cool today.
We needed some rain, but we didn't need all week of rain.
No.
They said this is one of the coldest in 30 years here
Is that right?
Really?
to this date.
Yeah.
I can believe it. I have a great niece that works for the Bureau of Land Management out of Little Washington, and she was out in the field on Instagram holding up a snake. She loves snakes, and she said it was 60 degrees. The snakes are like a handle right now.
Whew. So how many more we got coming here, Stan?
There should be a total of 15 if everybody was here. But right now we're at 10.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go.
you want to go?
Yeah, we are. Let me make sure. Yes, we are recording. So I'll post a link to it, so you guys don't have to take too many notes.
Okay.
Oh, darn.
First of all, I've been talking to Stan, working with him for the last, well, shoot, I worked with Stan off and on for several years, but
We all work for Stan.
that's right. But the last couple of months, we've been working pretty hard on membership because it's a key for me. It's a key for Rotary. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and Rotary is needed more than has ever been needed. So, to make it work, we need more members. And Stan and I have been working, pulling hair and teeth and trying to come up with a good way to do it. My initial goal is to challenge each and every Rotarian in the district to bring in one new member. And I know that in some places like Windsor, where Lewis is, it's hard to find some members out there to get to the club. But we can start new clubs, and we can actually get more people active and engaged in Rotary to ask people to join Rotary. On top of that, you've got the RI President Holger Knox saying, every club ought to have a strategic meeting and say, where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? Well, membership's a key part of that. And they're also asking each club each month to have a Discover Rotary Day where you can bring potential members. So if you do these things, you're going to grow membership. So talking to Stan and talking to some of my classmates in other districts, what most of them have had success is they have a very active, engaged team of membership advocates in addition to the AGs to work membership and work with the clubs. So that's what we decided to try and do, is set up some membership advocates by area. We've also come up with a district membership plan, and I'm going to be asking the incoming club presidents to give us a club membership plan in addition to what they put in myrotary.org. This is going to align us more with what I'm trying to do here in the district, and I'm going to be asking each club in the district to increase their membership by 20%. Now, why do I say 20? Because quite honestly, if you looked at our history in our district, we're losing 10 to 12% of our members anyway. The only way to get ahead of the curve is to bring in more than we're losing. So we put together a district membership plan. We have a club membership template we're going to send out to all the club presidents. And if they want to argue, they are welcome to give me a call. Membership goal for the district, we just got to grow it. I've talked to Stan. As soon as this pandemic stuff is over with and I can start visiting clubs, I'm thinking later on in the year, I'm going to be visiting areas and doing my own Discover Rotary Days where every club in the area can bring all the potential members they want to, and I'll put on the Dog and Pony Show. We'll get some new members, but it takes a concerted effort. I'm in the process of working in Washington here with getting another club going. I've got to get a hold of Oriental, my friend Tony Santori, and plug him into the guy in Aurora. I'm talking to him about some people there to start a little club in Aurora. So starting different clubs. My own club is packed. We lose about 10 or 12 people a year, and we bring in about 10 or 12 people a year, but we can't bring in any more because we don't have any more room. So we have to grow, have to start another club. So that's what we're going to be doing. But the district membership plan, I'm going to turn it over to Stan to go through it. We've been working on it. He's been working on it quite a bit. But you guys got to jump on board with this membership thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make it happen. When you look at the statistics of our district, there are, believe it or not, in the zone, there are districts that are doing very well. It's a growth. It's a multi-year effort. It doesn't happen overnight. I am trying to build this thing so Lewis can take it and run. Octavius has already told me he wants it to peak in his year. Well, that's okay. We'll just keep it going. But Stan may show you what we did in Washington. I started it a little bit, but it's just kept right on rolling. And it's a mindset. We got to get the mindset in these clubs. And anyway, that's it. That's my word for the day. Stan, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and mute myself.
Oh, oh, if we all had a mute button that everybody could touch, you know, wouldn't it be great? I'm sorry, I had a phone call there. I thought I muted it, but I didn't. One of the things I want to show you real quick is something that I showed. Here's our membership history from 2004 for the district. Just a gradual decline. We've had since 2004, we've had 4 years where we've had growth, but we've gone from a peak of 1,800 down to 1,450 as of a couple weeks ago, and it hasn't gotten a whole lot better. We came close. We did a surge. Let me go to another page. Did you see a single graph on this page now? This is a weekly report from the zone, and this is our year of membership this year. It's the first part of the year wasn't too bad. This time of year in December,
Dan, you still got the
Your
history.
slide's not advancing.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Let me,
You go to slide program, you might work better.
what's up, PowerPoint? Where am I got to find the slide now.
Yeah, it's right down here. Bottom, a third of the way from the end, the right end. Very bottom. Yeah.
Can't see you guys.
We can see you.
Oh, damn, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Go to the very bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I want to go to a completely different one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm completely done with that. Okay, screen sharing to stop. If I can do this quickly, otherwise we'll go away. Safari, where are you? Here we are.
Huh.
Now do you see a graph?
Well,
Yes.
yep.
Okay, yeah. This is, as I was saying, a weekly accounting through the year of membership. This one happens to be for our district. In December, there's always a turn down. And in June, there's always a turn down. I get a notice every time somebody terminates in a club, and I have had 8 since June 1st. And I expect more, quite a few more, unfortunately. So this is our district. I can see, and I will pass this to all the advocates, and I've passed it to some AGs before. This comes from Terry Weaver, past district governor out of South Carolina, who is a data manager for companies. And every December, every June, membership goes south. And this happens, let me get clear to the top. Here's a collection of our 17 districts in the zone. Here's what happens in December. Here's what's happening in June. You can count on it every year. What they would hope, see these green dots, that's where they hope we would be, so that by the end, we come out with a 2.5% growth. All the past district governors are familiar with this. We've been lectured on this for years. But that's kind of, it's been proven out. This individual studied 600 Rotary clubs in the US and then started studying clubs around the world. And it holds true across the world that clubs in June and December drop members. Correcting their books, so when the invoice comes out the 1st of July and the 1st of January, that they only get the correct billing. So one of our goals is to help clubs keep up with their data so that it's true at point in time, so that it doesn't come the end of the year, they dump a bunch of members. Williamston dropped 4 members on June 1st. And that sucks. I mean, we fight for members. We fight for 1 or 2. You guys know, you've seen it in your own clubs, to get members and to keep them. So that's really why we're doing this. We have to do something different, something that we haven't tried before. So working with Spencer, this is what we came up with. And I don't know if I sent it to all of you. Well, I had in today's email, the role of the advocate is to really focus on the clubs in the area, on different ways that membership can be increased, whether it's new clubs, satellite clubs, associate clubs where they're just meeting at different times. Rotary is up for just about anything that we can imagine. So that's really the focus. Help get the word down. We're going to have a training session next month for all of the advocates and any AG that wants to join in on the details behind the data, just so they understand the difference between attrition and retention and how many members you really need. Basically, you don't need to getting 1 new member per Rotarian is great, but you got to account for attrition. If you're losing 10% and only gaining 8%, you're losing overall, even though you're gaining new members. Hi, Melanie.
Hello, Melanie.
So the key is to understand that so we can relate it down to a club level, because we're a district of small clubs. We only have about, well, less than 10, probably 10% of our clubs are large clubs that anybody would consider large. And we have a good number of medium-sized clubs and a ton of what would be called small clubs, under 30. That's probably half of our clubs. So we have to do something different. The handout I sent with this talked about the role of being flexible in working with the clubs, working with your AG to understand what's going on in your clubs and what they need, and to bring in Rotary programs into local clubs. Clubs, to me, my own club included, don't get enough Rotary programs to understand the world of Rotary. We have a ton of great Rotary speakers that could come in and expand the knowledge of Rotary and what Rotary does. Not just about the website or things going on, but programs and what they do on the street. Frank has a great program on his trip to Egypt. He does a great job, and he has another program on his trip to India. Those are Rotary programs because those were things funded by Rotary. They're all about Rotary and what we really do in our district to help move forward with what needs to be done in Rotary, and people don't know that. Just a few people in the district really get exposure to the whole world of Rotary. And we got here, right here on this screen, we got a lot of people that have done a lot of things in Rotary outside of their club. And to me, that was my first great experience, was getting outside of the club and seeing the larger picture of Rotary. So we're going to expect some training. Spencer mentioned the membership plans. One I want to show you is what we will be learning how to help a club understand the need for growth in overcoming their attrition. There's a membership plan. Nope, sorry. I had too many documents open.
Happens to the best of us.
Now, there's our district membership plan, the start of it. You'll get a copy of this, and we've already sent it off to zone, but you'll get a copy of that.
And I might add, at the last zone membership meeting we had, we were the only district that actually had one completed.
Yeah.
Everybody else was drafting theirs still. So way to go, Stan.
Yeah, I thought I was a suck up, but it worked out okay.
Hey, Stan, I got a couple of leads through the RI thing last week, but I wasn't able to manage those leagues in the RI site. I'd sign into the My Rotary site, and it wouldn't let me manage it.
So,
It said I didn't have the authority or whatever to go in and manage it. I've been able to before is assign it to a club or assign that person, pull up their information that they submitted and submit it to one of the, to submit it to the clubs. But this time I wasn't able to manage it.
okay, just as a segue, we got an expert on here. Frank?
Well, expert maybe. I've certainly tried a lot. Stan and I have been working on that RI lead thing, and it's been good. I generally call the self-nominated person and kind of explore their interest, and oftentimes they name the club they want to be in, and we kind of, if it's Greenville, I let them know there's 3 clubs in Greenville, and they really ought to, you know, take a look at each club, and because they're all different. And but if they're insistent, in fact, with the Greenville, I've often sent a letter to all 3 presidents and membership chairs if they're identified, and I believe I've CC'd you on most of those occasions. And I can manipulate them now. Prior to about a month ago, I could not either. Stan had to go to RI and get me permission to do that. Now, what's missing from the total package is once they're assigned to a club, I don't believe I can take them off of that list. The club has to do it. And there's someone at the club, is it the membership chair or the president? And I've got to find that out, because what I'm going to do next, once I find out the exact process, is send information out to the club presidents, membership chair, CCU, on what you guys need to do to get that name off. Sometimes they become members, and that's terrific. Some of the club presidents are extremely receptive. Mary Vincent has chased down a couple of people. Unbelievably, she's terrific. And Vincent's done a great job. So it's happening. I think it's happening now better than it has in the past. So again, Stan really was in control of that. He sort of allocated it to me. I would do the calls, and then I had to tell Stan to go and update it. And it was a long, drawn-out process. So we're going to speed that up, and I will always CC the assistant governor. And it looks like now I'll be CCing the ma'am. So that's the process that I'm aware of. And sometimes you get bogus leads. You get some people that are just playing with the system. But I vet them out generally before the club sees them.
And Frank, who do we need to contact to get Tim the authority to go ahead and make the changes?
I think it's still gonna, I don't know. Stan, you know, who did you contact at RI?
Well, I did it for you, and the only way they would let me do it was that I let you use my section of the website.
Okay.
whatever.
RI is pretty fussy about some things to their own detriment.
Yeah, but you said that you had been able to before, right, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, anytime that I got a lead before, it would show up and I could go into my Rotary and I could look at that person, assign it to, usually I would just assign it to both clubs or all three clubs, and then all three of them would get a chance to contact that person. But this time I tried and it wouldn't let me do anything.
And you said you
I
got
think-
it the last couple of weeks. Have you seen any, Frank, in the last couple of weeks? I haven't.
Yeah, I went through that whole list.
Oh, okay.
And anyone that was not assigned to a club, even though I called clubs months before, I went back and redid the process
Okay.
because I was not able to assign a club at that time. Now they've all, I think back to about 2015, there's one about that time that hasn't been assigned a club, and I kind of wrote that one off. But the list, I believe at this moment, is complete with every candidate assigned to a club.
And that might be why you saw them again, Tim. They might not have been new leads, because I would have saw it if it was a new lead, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen, there wasn't much new on there.
Yeah.
It happens again, let one of us know, and we'll see what we need to do to get it fixed.
Yeah, and that's something that we will address a little bit in training is the RI Leads program. We don't get a whole lot, but these people are self-nominated, that they took the time to go to the Rotary.org and say, hey, I want to talk to somebody about membership. So we need to talk to them.
Yeah, there's somebody obviously interested. Yeah.
So as we look going forward, I don't want to keep you too long because I know people are having to go to other meetings. Tony and Ed, I'm sure, are going. Ed, I got one here twice for some reason.
I got bumped off initially and then came back on. So that's why you probably see me twice.
Hey, it fills my screen. It looks good. The thing is, I just want you guys to see who's all. I'll send out. I should have today, but you can see it in the addressees. Everybody that is a membership advocate, I will send out a formal list. And Spencer, when are you going to announce the general announcement?
I think I probably need to have a doggone call with all the PEs and everybody else here real soon. So I get inducted in about 2 weeks. I think probably
I
sometime.
thought I already saw you inducted.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was sort of an informal.
That was the $1.29 induction. He wants to do the $5,000.
The president was nice, but he said, "Yeah, here you go. Here's your pen. Put it on." So, but yeah, I imagine I'll send a quick survey out to all the PEs, and we'll look for some day next week, and I can announce it then. And Stan, I'll let you know so you can get on too.
Okay.
One thing you need to be aware of: we're going to have this thing. Obviously, in the newsletter every month, Stan puts all the membership data in. And we're going to have a little bit of a race here to not compete club to club necessarily, but area to area. See who's got the more members coming in, most members coming in, what they're doing. Make it a little exciting. And as I said before, after I have all my club visits, I'll be going around to each area. I'll set up times and I'll come in and do a Rotary, Discover Rotary Day. You all are welcome to bring all the potential members you want. I can bring in all kinds of speakers. We can have a good time. You don't have to just depend on me.
Spencer?
Yes.
We started a program last year where we would help a club financially with a program or an event. Are you going to continue that?
Yes, I am.
All right. So my first question to a club is, show me your budget where you've got your money for this set aside, and no money, no interest then. So they got to put their money where their mouth is as well.
Well, I want to see some interest. I mean, obviously, we've had some problem clubs for a long time. There's one hanging by their nails, and I know every previous district governor has been visiting this club multiple times for years. They don't get it.
That wouldn't be
Yeah,
start with a C.
and it's in Russ's area. That's okay.
Yeah, I know which club it is.
Everybody.
Yeah,
How many-
every
I
time
can't
we
figure
visit,
that one
we
out.
double our
You guys are
members.
being too vague. I don't get it.
How many clubs have resumed meeting?
Well, I just did a survey, and it's about 50-50.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm inducting
some
4
are
members
meeting
tomorrow.
virtually. They're not meeting in person, but there's a pretty good amount. So, I know my club visits start next month, and I've already scheduled virtual meetings, which is no fun it'll be fun, but it's just not the same. I like to go visit people and see them and shake their hands and all that fun stuff. So I'll get there. It just may take me longer to do that. But I want to make this membership thing, we need to engage. This is a time to engage Rotary. There is not a period of time that Rotary is not more needed than right now. All you have to do is turn on the TV. And as I get stuff from my classmates across the zone, it is amazing what people are doing. And it's amazing what some of our clubs are doing right now. So let's make it happen. That's what Rotary is all about. I'm going to be working with the president-elect to try and get something on our website to keep track of what people are doing so you can share ideas. And Rotary believes in plagiarism. If it's something good that somebody else is doing, you want to do it too, it's okay. And we have some really smart people in this district that are doing some phenomenal things. You look at, I'm looking at Oriental here. Boy, I'll tell you what, those guys get fired up doing some stuff. It's fun and it's contagious. So we need to spread the word. But we'll have, starting in July, maybe in August when the first newsletter comes out after July, it's going to be a little membership race. And I'm pulling money out of the budget to have some kind of social or something for the winning area. All the clubs in the area can get together and have a few drinks on us, or something fun. I'm open to ideas. So,
Yeah.
That's
If you tell Jack that, he's going to win.
I'm sorry?
If you tell Jack that the drinks are on you, he will win.
Oh, Bruckner.
What's got my budget for that one?
If you think of the things that have happened with the foundation over the years, there's been tons of focus on the foundation, and for a good reason. I mean, that's the heart of Rotary. But when you look at membership, there's been a lot of work in the background, but not a lot of work in the foreground and attention. And really, when I came into this district and other districts I've been in, membership was usually just a name holder. And it didn't get aggressive until, probably Frank, you were probably one of the first membership chairs that was really aggressive. And that's why I took it on after being district governor. I saw a need that it needed some attention. It wasn't my favorite thing by any means, but I wanted to do it. I took it on at my club level also to try some things to see if they work, and some of them have worked, right, Melanie?
Yeah, congratulations on the supreme growth, 9 members plus, right?
Yeah, be 10 as of Wednesday.
Good for you.
And so far we haven't lost any, so that's a good year.
And I'm telling you folks, out of personal experience, it's not hard. It just takes an effort and a focus. You got to keep asking. You got to wear your Rotary pin run around town. Every single one of us have friends that are in a variety of businesses. Every one of your Rotarians in your
Not
club has
getting any voice.
What's that, Tony?
What's that, Tony? Anyway, there's a ton of opportunity out there to bring in new members. We've gotten a lot in my club. We invite them to the Zoom meetings, and they're saying,
we have too.
Say, hey, I want to be involved. Say, come on.
If they go to 3 Zoom meetings, we consider them eligible.
Yeah.
One of the members we're inducting tomorrow is going to be in New Jersey, but because of
Hey, guys, I
Zoom,
lost the audio.
No, nobody else did.
sorry, you
Yeah.
might have to drop out and get back in. You're on mute, Tony. Anyway, one of the benefits of Zoom is we've had members that live out of town a large part of
I
the
said I
year.
lost the audio.
Yeah,
You're the only one, Tony. Everybody else is.
I'll send him a message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do.
Anyway, Zoom has some benefits. You can get some of these folks that have conflicts to come in for 10, 15 minutes, and it's better than not seeing them. I'm going to induct somebody in there in New Jersey. So I think we shouldn't be limited by Zoom. This is going to be the future. I think a lot of meetings can be Zoom while they're live as well. So those who can't make it can see a recording of it. Think of the Zoom recording as replacing your club's minutes, so that your club secretary now doesn't have to take the minutes, but can just put a list of items that are discussed at that meeting as a preface to the Zoom meeting. So Zoom could be a real powerful tool. I know we're all getting bored with it, but look at us here. We're getting a lot done.
Yeah.
I can talk to people at our Zoom meeting that I don't sit next to at a regular meeting. So instead of sitting next to the 3 or 4 people I always do, we all get to talk to each other and share lies and swap dog stories and have a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I think it will, well, it's changed the whole world. And if my oldest member, who's 92, can get on Zoom
There you go.
and join our meetings,
Yep.
you know, there's no excuse. Thanks to a couple other members that made that happen for him. It's great. I mean, I just saw his background with the wall of his office, and I says, Dick, you can do a program on each one of those certificates, and we can have programs for the whole year. He said, I don't want anybody to know about that part of my life.
Well, it's,
Hey, Anthony, can you hear us?
did you hear
Tony. Oh, look, he's got to walk in from that sunset.
You're walking into the sunset.
There you go.
I know a number of us have talked about this before, where we've come into clubs where it's, everything that goes on within those 4 walls, that's all they see at Rotary. Well, with Zoom, you can bring in people. I mean, I was on the other day with, anybody ever heard of Evan Burrell?
Oh yeah, from Australia.
Out of Australia. He's on a Zoom meeting and he goes gangbusters. I mean, you can bring in all kinds of people. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So, I think our club in Washington will continue to meet in person as soon as we can, but we will not stop doing a Zoom meeting. We may do 1 Zoom a month or something like that, but I think it'll be good. It's going to be good for us. And
Yeah, we gotta have a mixed bag in Windsor. We have about 9 or 10 that attend the Zoom meetings, and then other ones you have to invite them to like my office or something like that.
Yep.
Maybe the thing we need to work at initially is get a team at each club of a person or 2 people to go visit those who don't feel confident enough to do a Zoom, and sit down with them, and with a laptop, a portable laptop, you can do a Zoom right next to them and show them what's going on. And
it's very simple.
in 15 minutes, you're done.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
And now you got a Rotarian that knows that his fellow Rotarians care, and he's expected to be at the next Zoom meeting because you took the time to get him there.
Good idea. Absolutely. All right, Stan, you got anything else?
Yeah, I want to. I want to welcome Judy. Judy, can you hear us?
Judy, we can see your name.
I can see your name. Maybe she's listening on the phone. I hope.
No, she's not muted. I hope she's here, but she just got in here a little bit ago.
I don't know what happened, guys, but for about 5 minutes there, I lost all the audio. I had to get out and come back in.
Well, I'll send you an abridged tape that just has you on it, yelling that you can't hear us. I really want to go ahead and set a date 4 weeks from today, same time, same station for the next meeting. And this is specifically for the advocates and any AG that wants to join us. I would love to have you on board. but a little more in-depth. We're going to try to schedule a half hour to 40 minutes worth of training with some of the people out of the zone so that we're kind of all talking the same language when it comes to attrition and retention and attraction and all of that numbers crunchy stuff. It goes pretty quick, but it gets us all on the same page when talking numbers and will help with the information I sent out about helping the club figure out how many members they need.
Is that June 13th?
July.
July 13th.
Yeah.
5:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll try to keep all meetings of 45 minutes or less, because that's about as long as I can stay in one position without nodding off anymore. You know, it's getting old. But I really appreciate it. And for those that couldn't be here, sorry you missed it, but I'll send the link of the video to everybody. If you want to share it with anybody, you're more than welcome to.
All right.
It's important that the AGs work closely with the membership advocates in their area, because a lot of times you'll be tag teaming. Tim, we still need one in your area. So if you got any ideas, let me know, and I'll rental some more cages and see what we can do.
Appreciate any feedback you got, because this is all new to us also. We've talked to a lot of other membership chairs around the other districts, but this is the first time for us doing this. So any feedback from you or your compatriots that you talk to outside the district would be welcome. Always looking for new information. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, everybody, for your time.
Easy, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one. See you later. Take care.
You too.
Good group.
Yeah.
Nice job recruiting.